Editing Nugget real quick. I would just like to apologize if my voice is crappy or the audio is crappy. I'm recording this at 12:30 a.m. So my family is asleep and I do not want to wake anyone up. And I'm recording on a crappy little tablet. So I genuinely apologize if you can't hear me. I will try my best to fix the audio. Bye-bye. Wow, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? I'm Nugget. So, for all the people who have stayed subscribed to me and all the friends I made here, you must be wondering, why did I leave? Was I on hiatus? I know I posted on my community post about roughly 2 years ago, that I'd come back and explain my sudden disappearance someday, and today is that day. Now, since this is just an update video while I get back into the flow of things, I'll have a speed paint up in the background, and I'll have trigger warnings in the description and on the screen at this moment. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the video. When I made my channel 3 years ago, I was 11 years old. I had previous digital footprint already on YouTube, but all my accounts were in secret from my parents and my family members and some friends. My mom found out about each of them, and I was forced to create a new one without permission, only for the whole process to happen again. This time, it was going to be different. I asked my mom for permission, and she allowed me to. Now, I must say, this is the most successful channel I've had. Like, 300 subscribers, hello. Um, I had this channel on the condition that I kept good grades when I entered 7th grade, and boy, was my mom lenient to me. 7th grade wasn't the best year for me. The first month of school had started, oh my goodness. I had gotten into some conflicts with my dad. He wasn't keeping his word about giving me space if I needed it, and I can't exactly remember what it was for, but that was the first year I had asked my dad to go back to my mom's house early that summer so I could go to church camp. I can't remember if that's why he was lying about what he said. I can't really remember because I've just forced myself to forget so many things because I just hate remembering certain things. Um, I remember the day we stopped talking. I had left early from school because my mom was going to meet up with some work friends. So since it was just going to be me and her alone, it'd be the perfect time to talk to my dad and confront him about what he was doing. So, when we called, an argument ensued. It resulted into me saying that I didn't want to see him anymore because I was just scared because of how mad he was getting. How mad he was getting, and he just agreed. That was one of the worst days of my life. Despite the fact that my parents were divorced, so I didn't have my dad that much, I still loved him dearly and looked up to him. He was one of my biggest idols and still is. And now I wasn't gonna see him ever, and still to this day I haven't seen or spoken to my dad. I've tried to reach out to him, but he never replies or anything, so there just isn't much I could do. During this time, and way before I stopped talking to my dad, I had a crush on this guy whom I made videos on this channel, and even wrote a dumb and sappy community post dedicated to him when he was leaving my school. Like, if y'all have been around, I'm sure y'all have seen it, and oh my goodness, was that thing long. Like, oh my goodness, I feel like that was one of my most embarrassing moments. Anyways, I've taken the videos down since I've moved on, and I'm in a nice and healthy relationship with my current boyfriend. I love you so much. We'll call my crush at the time Jimmy. Haha, mouth-washing reference since no one likes Jimmy. Now, I had a crush on Jimmy for 3 or 4 years. The crush started in 4th grade and it continued till 7th grade because I was in the mindset I can change him, or if he would just give me a chance, I could be the best girlfriend he's ever had. And boy, was I wrong. He was a toxic playboy, and despite the obvious signs, since he was going through girls, like, I swear, like, I don't even know, like, if it was like a gum packet, like, he was going through girls so fast. Anyways, I thought I was special to him and I could genuinely change him. I've always been desperate for a guy's love or anyone's love in reality, since my dad was never around and my stepdad is a douchebag. So I've never really had an actual guy to love me, and I've always constantly looked for validation and love from the first person that gave me the slightest bit of attention. I should have seen that he didn't care for me in the slightest when all he did was talk to me about every girl he dated, and I guess being the first one, he always told about these girls. Although I was just naive and trusting, so there was no, you know. Because of the whole my dad situation, I relied on Jimmy so much, and it ruined my mental health so bad. I wasn't doing well because of my dad already, and my relationship with Jimmy made it worse. He would be nice to me one day and then mean to me the next. I could never tell how he would treat me, and my naive self still loved him in hopes that one day he'd give me a chance to change him. I'd cry myself to sleep constantly because he'd make me question my self-worth, and he honestly made me hate myself a lot because I felt like I wasn't being enough for him, or I wasn't being the friend he needed. He never knew the big effect he had on me, and I don't think he ever would. And things at home were never great either, and things had just kept getting worse. Because I'm a horrible home life, no escape because my dad didn't want to talk to me, and my toxic relationship with Jimmy, it led me to become depressed, really depressed, and I just fell into a hole, and I started SHing myself, which is something I'm not proud of in the least. The day he confessed his feelings for me, I was overjoyed, ecstatic even that he finally gave me a chance. He blocked me after a day, and had me blocked for 2 weeks, and he got back together with his ex. His ex, whom he previously said he hated her guts, and she also said that she hated his guts, and I'm like, what? But whatever. And when he finally unblocked me, I had confronted him about it, and he said, "I thought I broke up with you," and I was like, "No, you just blocked me," and that instance made my mental health plummet because he had cheated on me. The one person I had relied on for so long and genuinely cared about because I was really naive and trusting, the one person I thought quote unquote loved me had cheated on me. Fun. Luckily that year I had made a solid friend, a solid best friend who's still my best friend, and I love her to bits. She's helped me so much, and I can never truly and properly express my genuine thanks to her for being there at my lowest. She was the first person I had told about my SH, I think, and she didn't get mad at me or left me or stop being friends with me. She didn't make fun of me or anything. She cared for me and loved me like a friend, and she's helped me a ton. She's one of the reasons why I'm still alive to this day. The day my mom found out, it was horrible. Summer had just started, so I was freshly out of 7th grade, and we were going to swim in the lake. My stupid self wore loose-fitting shorts since I didn't have a proper swimsuit, so I was in a t-shirt and shorts. My mom had called me up to the shore to watch my siblings so she could go for a swim. I'd come up the shore weirdly, like I genuinely don't know how to explain it, and it caused my shorts to roll up. I hadn't realized, and the words I dreaded the most came, "What's on your thigh?" My heart dropped to my stomach, and I just said nothing for a moment. She asked again, and I replied with nothing again. She told me to get out of the water, and we went to the car. She had a talk with me, and when we got home, she took my electronics away, and we went to the bathroom. She forced me to show her my thighs and shoulders, and the look on her face is something I could never forget, how hard I tried to. The look of disgust and disappointment was present on her face, and the amount of sadness and dread I felt. From that day forward, she'd barge into the bathroom while I was showering, and she would check if I had SH'd myself, and she forced me to keep my door open while I was asleep so I wouldn't sewer slide myself either. Things have gotten better though, and she hasn't just barged in and checked if I've, SH'd myself, and I've been allowed to keep my door closed because I'm more trustworthy, I guess. I guess my mom sort of helped me recover, and I was clean for almost a year or two. And when I thought I was getting better, I've had fallen in love again with another guy, and he ended up saying that he didn't like me after a couple months because I was just really clingy and annoying, and I don't even know. And because of that, my mental health declined because I had just recently got out of the relationship with Jimmy, so it just made my mental health get worse, and I went back to SHing myself. I became clean for a while, and I've been trying my best to get better. My boyfriend now is such a kind man, and he's been helping me stay clean and help me with my struggles. I love him so much. I love him to bits and pieces. Like, without him or my best friend, I probably wouldn't even be here today. Like, I genuinely love them so much. Wow, so I was rambling for a bit, 10 minutes, almost 11. My comments won't be off, but I will delete any not nice comments. I'd like to thank the people who stayed subscribed to me despite not posting anything for a while. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video. This is Nugget, signing off.